Hello, everyone. So who has a speech that is going to be participating on speech on Interps? Oh, everybody went down. What's going on? Interps. Okay, Interps. What are your Interps about? Oh, you're chewing. You.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Okay, that's going to be what type of Interp? What are the categories?
Duo.
Duo. Okay. Who are you going to do that with?
My sister.
Your sister. All right. Yes, you, sir.
I'm doing an open on Robin Hood.
On what?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. All right. Over here, anybody? Interp? No Interps?
We're doing Interp.
You are?
Yeah.
About what?
Toy Story.
Toy Story. Okay. 1, 2, 3,
It's a
4.
duo.
Okay.
One.
I'll do it. All right. Cool. Yes. Anybody else?
Me too.
Anybody else? No, just 3 people? All right. Okay, so one aspect, we're just going to touch, oh, you can go way bigger. Just go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thanks. All right, so the most important part in an interp is character development. Has anybody seen Anne of Green Gables? Yeah? No? It's a good series. Even for me, it was really good.
See the series?
The series, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you've seen it. Okay. So let's read this character development about one of the characters. Who are the main characters in that story? Anybody? Raise your hand. Yes? Huh? And who else?
Gilbert.
Gilbert? Who else?
Marilla.
Marilla. Okay, so we're going to read a little bit about character development here with Marilla. Go ahead.
This whole thing?
Yes.
It started before.
Yes.
All right. Before you act out the smaller details of each character, you must have a thorough understanding of their personalities. Physical expressions are the manifestation of inner personality. Instead of slapping stereotyped physical expressions on your characters, take time to consider who they are on an internal level. How have their experiences shaped the person they are today? What are their struggles and what are their joys? For example, instead of merely stereotyping Marilla Cuthbert from Anne of Green Gables as a stern, stiff woman, you should first evaluate her past, her internal struggles, and her personal joys in order to paint a more complex picture of her personality. The stereotyped Marilla may come across as an unreasonable tyrant, bitter toward the world around her. A deeper understanding of Marilla dispels this interpretation. Although Marilla is certainly stern and stiff in many ways, she is also a kind-hearted woman who cares deeply for others. Experiences depicted throughout the book show her to be practical, devoted, and principled. She feels more than she shows and knows more than she will acknowledge. She was once in love. She comes to love Anne deeply, and though she will hardly admit it, she admires Anne's imaginative nature, which is so different from her own. Do you see how? Yes. Do you see how in-depth character analysis infuses the interpretation of characters with delightful subtleties? Don't try to shortcut the journey of getting to know your characters. The deeper you are willing to dive, the more you will learn.
Let's give him a hand. That was awesome reading. Great reading. Okay. So, would you agree, those of you who have liked Anne of Green Gables as a piece of literature, or would you agree with that? So the key word for that is this. Remember, write it down. During your coaching, I'm going to ask you about this. Motivation. What's the motivation of the character? What makes an interp different than going to the theater or even watching a movie? What's different about it? Tell me. Raise your hand one at a time.
You only have 10 minutes.
You only have 10 minutes. That's one way. Yes?
You have no props whatsoever, so you have to make everything has to be
No
imagined.
props whatsoever. Correct.
It's real.
It's real.
Wait.
What do you mean? Explain that.
It's live.
Yeah, like
Oh.
it's more like personal.
Yes.
Right in
It's
front of you.
right in front of you, live. Kind of like theater, yes, in that respect. What else?
Real time, it's live, so anything that happens, you can't redo.
Not you can't re-rehearse or redo it. Just yes, right there.
It's someone's interpretation of the story.
Someone's interpretation of the story. That's good. Yes. Huh?
It's about 1 or 2 people.
1 or 2 people. Okay. So, do you all agree?
There's no like music or score behind it, so you have to like set the mood with your vocal inflections. and stuff.
Exactly. Do you agree that the number one characteristic, you can group everything that you guys said, into an interp. It's just you. There is no setting, there is no scenery, there is no cameras, there is no props, there is no costume, nothing, just you. So here is going to become even more important for you to internalize who that person is so that you can portray it. Now, here's the difference. Can somebody tell me if you know what the difference between acting in theater versus like movies, like what it is?
So in movies,
As an actor?
in movies, if you mess up, you can redo it. But in theater, if you mess up,
Okay.
then your one shot's gone.
Yeah, correct. But let me be more specific. In the way you project something, how is it different?
You have to be loud in theater.
In theater, like even like I'm talking right now, right? Because it's more like theater, so that you guys can hear me. You have to think about the last person in the last row that can't hear you, versus on a movie. How is it different?
You don't have to project, you probably have a mic.
Probably have a mic. You can internalize. Yes.
Another thing is like they can adjust your volume when they're editing the movie.
Yes.
If you're watching on TV, you can just turn the volume up.
Yeah, if you're watching on TV, what's he whispering? Let's rewind. So if you want to do that, like somebody saying something secretly, quietly, more internally, you're gonna have to think about how that's gonna come across to the last person in the room, right? So, but everything starts with character development. Oh, let's give her a hand for this beautiful writing. Better than mine? Okay. All right, then we have the different elements: facial expressions, vocal expressions, physicality, scene development, and objects. All those things are going to be imagined, and it's really important that as you develop the character, you give that to each one of them. So, let's talk about some differences. Tell me some of the parts that communicate facial expression. Parts of your objects, parts of your face.
Your eyes,
Your eyes, yes.
eyebrows,
Eyebrows, that's right. Big difference with the eyebrows, right?
Your nose.
Your nose, even your nose, yeah. Can you just move your nose? A little bit, yeah.
Your ears.
Your ears. Oh, some people can move their ears. Can you move your ears?
Down
Move them a
sometimes.
little bit. Hey, Shannon,
your feet.
that's in your face? Just your face.
I guess your mouth.
Your mouth. That is right. So, tell me about your eyebrows. How can your eyebrows be like different positions or?
I mean, if you raise your eyebrows, you appear more innocent and more comfortable, and you look nicer.
Yes, that's right.
If you do your eyebrows down, you look angry.
Angry or what else?
Pensive.
Yeah, pensive, intense, confused. Yes, okay. What if they just relaxed?
Just chill.
Is that normal?
Yeah, yeah,
No emotion
neutral,
whatsoever.
right? What about your mouth? Okay, so what about your jaw? What could it communicate?
A clenched jaw could be like you're stressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Or you're hiding something.
yeah.
Or
okay.
like an open jaw could be like surprised or scared.
That's right. Okay. What about your mouth when you're speaking? Like, what happens if your mouth tends to turn?
Oh,
Upwards.
smile.
Our oldest daughter, right, Marco? Do you remember? Her mouth tends to go like this. And sometimes I'll be coaching her. I'm like, why are you smiling? That's a really sad scene. I'm not smiling. I'm serious. What do you do? Do something with that. So look at yourself in the mirror and think, why am I communicating? All right, what about the lips? You know, do they communicate different things? So as you develop a character, you're gonna start thinking, okay, this character, because of their motivation, I'm not gonna get into detail here, but you can think about that motivation will cause them to have what kind of facial expression, and to communicate that emotion that they have. What should that character's eyes and eyebrows and mouth and nose should be doing? You get that? All right. Any questions about that? Eyes can be wide, squinted, flighty, direct, bright, bleary, teary. Let's move quickly to the next one. Physicality. Oh no. Posture. Well. What happened to posture? I think I skipped posture, sorry guys. Okay, so what about posture? I think I missed it. Where is it? Oh, this. Posture. I don't know why it went there. Okay, tell me about the posture. Does the angle of your body communicate certain things? If the character I'm talking to is right here, what happens if I go like this, and there's a person, there's a judge sitting right there? Can they see what I'm doing? Should you maybe angle your body? Even though there's like, that's weird, that's not natural. You don't talk to somebody like this, but you're like that. But in theater or in interp, you should be aware. If you're communicating like this, maybe you should pause and turn your body, your face, so they can see what kind of emotion you're trying to communicate. Right? So you need to be aware of that. What about eye contact? What does eye contact say?
Confidence.
Confidence? Yes. Here, come here. Let's see. You? And okay. Lucas, come here. Come here. What if you have a character, two characters, and you have them look at each other in the eye? Look at each other in the eye. What can you tell that it's different? How does he look? Now, make sure you open your body a little bit so they can see you. So you bring your leg back a little bit. So like this. Even though you're looking at him, your body's kind of turned this way. There you go. How about you, Lucas? So they can see you over here. Yeah, you're looking at him. There you go. Now they're looking. What is interesting about the difference between?
He's looking down.
He's looking down, right? And he is? Okay, so you need to think about how tall are my characters? That communicates something, especially if you have a female or a male. Think about what that communicates to the audience about the particular character. Thank you. Let's give him a hand. All right. Okay, feet. This is going to be really important, especially for ladies that played males. You're going to have to work so you don't look feminine. So let's Hannah, come and demonstrate. Okay, Hannah, let's stand like a little girl. What would a little girl stand like? Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's good. Okay, what about adult lady? There you go.
Maybe
Okay.
like in.
Yeah, that looks like a homeschool mom. Yes. What about a man, a grown man? There you go. Oh, see what she did? Who noticed what she just did right away?
Her feet.
Jade?
She spreaded her legs apart.
Spreaded my legs.
That's true.
Right. Okay, now walk. Okay, little girl, walk that direction. Homeschool mom, walk this way. Okay, now, sir, walk this way. Okay, what did she do immediately? Tell me, what's different about the female and the male? Why is she walking? Yes. Okay. Oh, you're sketching it here. Okay, Lucas.
She's leaning back.
She was leaning back more as a man. Any other?
As some people would call, she hit the strut.
She was right. Okay.
You're not trying to walk like a normal guy. You're walking like a model man.
Yeah.
You're just like, it has to be a look.
Okay.
She kind of stiffened up a little bit.
Stiffened up. Let's give her a hand. That was good. Yes. The one way to look more masculine, ladies, is to look stiffer. I mean, move stiffer, more stiffly. More stiff. Don't move your hips. Okay. Okay. So what about the shoulders? Is there a difference between having the shoulders back, shoulders broaden, slump forward, or shrugging? Can you tell that it's communicating something different? All right. What about the hands? What is your character according to the motivation? What do the hands communicate if somebody's playing with their hands like this? Or like this even. Or like this.
Professional.
Or like this. Or like this. All right? Okay. Clasped, open, clenched, relaxed, fidgeting, stiff, limp, strong, weak. Just think about that. All right. What about voice? Tell me the options for the pitch of someone's voice.
High and deep.
If
Marco?
they're higher, it's usually they're younger.
High, or it could be low. What else?
In between.
In between, yes, correct. What about the tone?
Like stern.
Yes, meaning it can be deep tone. Or what if it can be more shallow? How that character talks. Or how about a little raspy? Right? Think about all those variations, especially if you have more than 2 characters. Those tiny little things will let the judge know immediately. It's a different character. See, what you want to do, this thing is called theater of the mind. Has anybody laughed at a movie, watching a movie or a show? Yeah? Has anybody actually got angry? I'm like, what? Yes? I'm frustrated. Did anybody cry watching them? Yes. Why? Why did you cry? You know it's a movie. Why are you crying about it? Does anybody know why?
For me, it's because it reminds me of things that really happened.
Reminds you, yeah, but why did it make you cry?
It's a sad scene.
Sad scene. Oh, what made you think it was a really sad?
The character's expression in the movie over what just happened.
The character's expression. Yeah, Tristan.
I got like involved into it.
You got. Oh, that's key. Why did you get involved?
It makes you like feel like you're because the character's.
Made you feel like, okay, so you believed it. That's where I was going. Your idea is to suspend belief in the mind of the audience. They need to forget that you're actually, they get into it, into your character and what you're telling, so they actually believe it, and then their emotions follow. That is the goal. So, what about the rate at which someone speaks? What are the options?
Fast.
You can talk fast. You can have a character that talks fast, or you can have a character that talks slowly. Now, somebody can talk fast and loud, or they can talk fast and slow and more quiet, right? Or they can be quiet but speak slowly. Or they can talk, what? loudly and quickly too. So you have different combinations. The more you differentiate. Thank you, Noah. The easier it is for the person watching you. You don't want him to think that, oh, the person is acting. You want him to forget about that. All right, so volume, loud, quiet, indoors, outdoors, inflection, can be stern, anxious, upset, bitter, pleasant, friendly, relaxed, tired. All right, we talked about the height. Let's talk about more about the physicality, the height of the person. What about the weight of the person? Can somebody walk more? Can I have another volunteer, please? You? Okay, can you walk lightly? Okay, yes. Can you walk more heavily? What can you tell about by the way he walks? Yes?
Well, like he walks kind of like heavily, like swinging, and
Mhm.
kind of suggests that the person has a limp.
Yes.
Could be carrying something.
Huh?
Could be carrying something.
You could be carrying something, yes?
It kind of looked like, you know how when people walk on the moon or something? Kind of like they're
Okay.
shifting away, so there's a different gravity level, excuse me.
So you could also, no, don't go yet. Okay, so now be a tall and lanky character.
Whoa.
Okay. How about short and stocky? See, that's good. Let's give him a hand. All right. Another volunteer. Oh, yes, you on the second row. Okay. You have to dress yourself so you can do. Okay.
It's work.
Okay. So, read us. I don't even know how that works. Gait. G-A-I-T. Read that.
Personality, age, gender, and experiences all impact the way one walks.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of randomly assigning stances to your character, weigh each detail of who they are first, and then construct a physical representation of what's inside. For example, perhaps instead of automatically assuming your elderly character should be hunched over, write down the details of the personality, age, gender, and experiences. Once you have written these details down, begin your analysis. Maybe your character's pride causes him to stand straight despite soreness. Maybe an injury in the war in the cause of lower back pain. Maybe he is physically healthy, but the constant nagging of his wife causes him to hunch over and appear worn down. The character's inner life should significantly influence your outward representation of them.
So, don't go anywhere. So, again, we talks about the motivation, right? So, I want you to think for a second, you're an old lady, and you're gonna walk that direction. Okay, now the number one characteristic of a person that is older, it's what?
Hunched over.
Yeah, it could be one. Slow. Speed. You need to slow your character down. Okay.
Should I like dramatize it? Like,
Nope.
Okay, so
stop it.
so depends on the piece, right? If it's humorous and you're trying to exaggerate, you're gonna add a little bit of slapstick humor, maybe. But if it's a more realistic piece, then no, because then people don't believe you. Then you break the belief, right? So you want to keep it real. So let's act normal, and not like a cartoonish, but
Just
for real,
a
like,
normal
you
old
said-
lady that you see at the grocery store.
well, I don't know. Tell us, should it be?
She's
Not
gonna
like-
be at the grocery store shopping for fruit.
How old is she?
She's 79.
Okay, is she tall or short?
She's really tall, but her legs cause her to be a little bit short.
Okay. Is she thin? Is she thin or heavy? Okay, yes.
She's tall.
She's tall. Is she thin or is she heavy?
She's really thin.
She's really thin. Does she wear glasses? What about her hair?
She
Is
has
it
really
short?
curly perm. I'm just.
Okay. Is it short then?
Here you go.
Short? Yes.
Yeah, it's like short.
And what is she wearing?
She's wearing a shirt that has flowers on it, and it's like Hopper in Stranger Things style, but it's blue and it has little pink flowers.
Wow. Okay, that's very detailed. Okay. We won't be able to see the pink flowers, but
And
what
flared
about?
under a white long sleeve shirt.
Okay. Is it winter or is it summer or does it matter?
It's fall.
Oh, it's fall. Okay. What is she carrying? Is she carrying a purse or?
She's pulling the grocery cart. She's got
Grocery-
the groceries.
Is she pulling it or pushing it? Okay. Does she wear glasses?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you walk that direction and show us what she looks like? Take your time. Ready?
Take my time.
Yes.
What if she's
Think
in
about
good
it. Take a
shape?
second.
No, she's
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Oh, close my eyes. Okay.
Well, not while
I
you're doing it. Just for a second. Ignore all these laughing people. You know. Internal motivation. How tired? What about your energy level? Right? Think about the energy level of, say, a 9-year-old lady, and she just got done shopping. Is it early in the morning or the end of the day? Does it matter? Is she hungry? Is she tired? See, all those little things let you be the character. Ready?
Okay.
Let's try. Go.
I don't know.
Let's give her a hand. Okay, so we talked about the hair, style. Hey, the character maybe having, if it's a lady, she may be having long hair. Let us know she has long hair. Maybe that's the difference between two lady characters. One of them has long hair, so you have to move it, and the other one doesn't. Pam?
It makes me think though, it's like, a lot of times we can avoid stereotypes though, because like I think of my mom and she's in her 80s. If she's going through the grocery store, she's the most purposeful, like she's not slow, she's very intense and fast. Or do you want to keep a stereotype so they know?
Maybe you don't. Maybe we find out more about how old she is and her background as the piece develops. You know? Just like Marilla. So don't necessarily use the stereotype, but be aware of them. So just to wrap this up, everybody stand up really quick. Okay. All right, so objects and how it relates to your piece. So if you open up a door, okay, just on your own, you're going to practice these mime exercises. Ready? Have you ever seen a mime? No?
Yes.
You know how they can show like something is real even though it's not? Right? You open the door, you grab the handle, What made it seem real, right? Okay, so this is one exercise you can do to loosen your wrists. No, it's not that, not that. It's like this. Think like of a wave. You just gotta give it flexibility. Now try to mime a wall. Right? Key is to pop it, to pop your wrist. Stand up. Now, put your hands on the wall and then move your body without moving your hands. It's exaggerated, right? It looks exaggerated, but it looks real. Okay, so now let's pretend that you grab a doorknob. You turn it. Now don't move it, right? Please don't move. Door. And then you move it and you don't go like this, right? Open the door. You grab it and it goes at the same plane, right? And then when it hits the end of the swing, then you open your hand and let it. So everybody, just do it again. Grab the doorknob, turn it, open, let go of it, walk around it,
I'm gonna leave it open.
and then you grab the handle on the other side, close it, open your hand. Okay, there you go. Now let's do something else. Okay, so now there's a table in front of you. Put your hand on the table, and then you move your body without moving your hands. Okay? Now you're gonna you're gonna open a cupboard. We don't have handles for that. You grab a glass, and you set it on the table. Set it, and then open your hand. Then you're gonna grab a pitcher with water. How heavy is it? You need to determine that, right? Or is it light? I don't know. And then you're gonna grab the glass and you're gonna pour it. Set the pitcher down, let go, open your hand, and then you're gonna drink. And you're gonna set it down and you open your hand. There you go. Good job. What about walking? Okay? Walking. So if you're facing the front, you put your toes like this, place your toes, and then when you flex, when you straighten out this leg, you're gonna stick out this leg straight like this with your foot, like this. Watch. So like this. Do it again. This. Just mirror it. This leg never bends. This one is bent and then straightens. See? Let's do the other side. Ready? Ready? Now let's do it together. Right in the left. Ready? And then you just add the arms and the shoulders and relax your head. Let's practice. All right. What about sideways? Watch. So I'm recording this so you can watch it on YouTube channel. Okay. So what about walking? You can do it like this, or you can do it like this. So same concept. When this one comes back, this one bends.
I can't slide my shoes.
Go over to the side right there.
Watch what I'm doing. The first one, they're both straight, right? Both straight. And then when this one comes back, this one bends. The one in front doesn't bend. This is the one in the back. Ready? Other foot. And use your opposite arms as you would if you were walking. Come on, Edie, you can do it. Ready? Now let's try. You're only going to do this briefly in your piece, but it will help. All right, that's good for now. So, Hamsid, we need to finish quickly here. All right, there's something else that I just want to mention before we finish. Last minute here. And it is, oh, thank you. It is this. This is the top view of the stage. Okay, somebody's looking at you. This is the area that you have to work. Here's your audience. The most powerful place in the stage, it's right here, right center. So if you want, you're in a very crucial part of your piece, and this is the stage. And this is my stage right here. This will be the most powerful if you want to show somebody who's powerful or confident. It's right in the center. The most powerful movement is coming this way or this way. This one is the most powerful, and this one is the second most powerful, because we live in the West, so everything moves from left to right, right? We write from left to right. So if you want to have the entry of a powerful character, come this way. Yeah? Now, the most vulnerable places is over here and over here in the stage. If you want to show the character being, usually, like if you compete, it'll be like this, right? Sometimes you don't have a lot of room, and your judges are, let's say you're my judges, and this is right here, this is my room right here. And you want to show a vulnerable moment, you can have them come here. Something that is very annoying is if you have a loud character and come too close to the judges and like yell and stuff, like, don't do that. Reserve that for the vulnerable moments of the piece, right? The most intimate place on the stage, like where something that, like a unique spot where you want to let the characters be known, special place, is right here. It's between the front and the middle. All right. All right.
For example, like what would happen?
Like the final moment, you know, where the resolution of the piece, where somebody gets what they wanted, you know, or a critical moment when somebody was taken, something was taken from that character, like in the beginning. How it happened here is kind of, I don't know, just vulnerable, special. I don't know how else to explain it, but. Okay, now you're looking straight on. Three levels, okay? So now it's looking like this, right? Make sure to make your speech more visually appealing. They use all three levels. Have some, when appropriate, have sometimes use the top and then sometimes the middle, and don't be afraid to, especially because the judges are right in front of you right here, don't be afraid to go down. So use variety in all those. And we are going to stop right there. We'll get into it as we coach it. Thank you.